So for today's video, we're going to be breaking down a 3-minute strategy that allowed us to capitalize a little over $1,500 in our previous session. It's a very simple strategy that involves various levels of confirmation to identify our buy and sell signals, and it's pretty simple and easy to follow, especially for beginners. So we're going to break down everything you need so that way you can apply this strategy to your trading alongside with some valuable insights. So with that being said, let's hop at the charts and get started with today's video. All right, folks, so if you have any questions or need help, feel free to comment down below. And you can also reach me more directly either via email or Telegram. You can access all of my official contact information down below in the video description. Be careful of these scammers and spammers out there, folks. There are a lot of people that use my name or my logo for fake groups on Telegram and WhatsApp. If you're in a group using my name or my logo and you're not sure if that group is official, you can always access and verify all of our services in the video descriptions of all of our videos. And you can always reach out to me directly if you're not sure to ask any questions to make sure that you're not being duped by any of these scammers. Now, for those of you who aren't new to trading or just new to this strategy in general, we're going to break down everything you need in terms of the rules, the setups, the indicators, as well as share with you our live trading footage. But as always, I encourage you all to backtest any new strategies on a demo account. We provide free $50,000 demo accounts down below, which you could use at any time, alongside with some of our other valuable trading resources, such as our free binary option training, information of our trading groups where you can learn how to trade and master any strategy to your advantage, our free VIP signals room where you can follow and copy and profit from my own personal trades. And for those of you who like automation, we provide an auto trading service that allows you to earn daily passive profits, fully automated. Again, all that information is down below. So let's actually start things off by sharing with you the live trading footage so that way you can see how everything unfolds in a live market environment. And then we'll return, break down the rules and the setups so you can apply this strategy for your own trading. So let's take a look. All right, so I did something very, very stupid on our first entry for Euro AUD. As you saw from the footage, I ended up putting a double position, one for a sell and one for a buy, which is one of the dumbest things you could ever do in trading. The indicators showed that this was a buy signal, but I ended up accidentally hitting the sell button and then immediately placed that buy to compensate for the fact that I did not want to sell. I wanted to buy. And so use this as a lesson learned, folks. I mean, as you can see, when you're not paying attention, mistakes can be made, which can, damage your results. So you take this as a lesson learned to just pay attention to what you're doing, folks. But nevertheless, the rest of our trades worked out well. So like here we had our entry, and I love that Pocket Options does this, by the way. I don't really use this feature a lot, but I think it's a really neat way to verify your trade entries. So here's that buy that we did for Euro USD. And then another entry here for Euro USD and then CHF JPY, which, as you saw from that footage, that trade came very, very close, but nevertheless, it was enough for us to walk away with a win for that sell. And at that point, I was just like, you know what? we just got 4 trades in a row. Let's stop for the day. Now, within your trading history, you can get a lot more data as to the trades that you have taken. So again, we did a total of 5 trades. Loosen that first stupid sell entry for Euro AUD. So with that 1 loss and the remaining wins, we had a nice win rate and over $1,500 in profit. Now, a couple of things to take note of. First and foremost, this session, from the timestamp of our first entry to the closing of our last trade, this entire session only lasted about 30 minutes. So, 30 minutes making $1,500 in profit with this strategy, not bad. But also too, I wanted to point out that this strategy can be used for both OTC and live market pairs. So I purposely targeted OTC and non-OTC pairs. So whether you're someone who prefers to trade live markets or OTC, this is a strategy that can be applied to both markets. All right, so the rules are as follows. First and foremost, we get to adjust our time frame. So I like to trade this strategy off of a 1-minute time frame, and we're targeting 3-minute expirations for our trades. All right, so again, 1-minute time frame, 3-minute expirations for our trades. Now we're going to be using a few indicators for buy and sell entry confirmations. We're going to be using the MACD, and we're also going to use a series of moving averages. You want to add 3 moving averages to your chart, so just click that 3 times. Now the settings for the MACD are default settings, so nothing that we need to adjust there, but for our moving averages, they are custom. The first moving average is set to a period of 6, and this is our yellow moving average. Second moving average is set to a period of 14. This is going to be our lightish blue tealish color. And then the third and final moving average is our 26, and that's going to be labeled red. All right, now it doesn't matter the color schemes for your moving averages, just select colors that you can easily distinguish which one is which. So if you are familiar with the setup, ladies and gentlemen, this is referred to as our Trifecta Strategy. So let's talk about the criteria for our buy and sell trade entries. So starting with buy trades, if we're looking for a buy, first thing we want to do is pay attention to the 6 and 14 moving average, which again, the 6 moving average is the yellow, the tealish light blue color is our 14. We want our 6 moving average to cross above the 14, which as you can see here and here. But before we enter for a buy trade, we want to confirm this signal with the MACD. Specifically, we want the moving average lines of the MACD to be crossing over with upper momentum, and we want the oscillating bars of the MACD graph to flip from its lower positions to the upper, as you can see here. Notice how the bars are below, but now they flipped over and the bars are forming above. We also see that here as well. This is an indication of a potential change in momentum. So again, this is why this is referred to as the Trifecta Strategy, because we're looking for 3 levels of confirmation to enter 3-minute trades. First level confirmation is a crossover of the moving averages. Second confirmation is the crossover and upper momentum of the MACD lines. And then the third and final is the flip of the oscillating bars. Once you have these 3 confluences, you enter for a buy. So again, 3-minute trades, 1, 2, 3, this would have been a profitable entry. 1, 2, 3, another profitable entry here. Now, if we're looking for sells, same concept, but obviously in the opposite direction. We want our 6 moving average to cross below the 14, as we can see here and here. Then we look at the MACD. We want the MACD moving average lines to be crossing over with downward momentum, which we have in both scenarios. And then we want to look at the MACD bars, and we want to see a flip where the bars were once above and now forming below. Okay. And actually, as a side note, when you're looking for sell trades, specifically looking at the MACD bars, notice when you get the flip, you want red bars for a sell. All right. When we're looking for buys, we want those bars, when they're flipping above, we want those bars to be green. Okay. So just wanted to clarify that detail. I know I missed it, but I wanted to make sure that I threw that in for this tutorial. So coming back to our sell trade example, as you can see, we have all confluences met in this region. So we'd enter for 3-minute sell, 1, 2, 3. This would have been a profitable entry. Same as here, 1, 2, 3, another profitable sell. Now, one thing we didn't talk about is the red 26 moving average. To be honest, folks, this is a moving average that I don't typically use or incorporate into this strategy. When I first learned this strategy years ago, it was incorporated with the 26 moving average. So I want to teach you this strategy the way that I learned it. But like I said, it's not necessary. What you can do to actually make this red moving average useful is you can change that 26 level and adjust it to, let's say, a 100 period moving average. And what this can be served as is as an identification of the current trend that you're in. And this is important because you want to place trades according to the trend that you're in. So if you're in an uptrend, you want to look for buy trades, and if you're in a downtrend, you want to look for sell trades only, right? So in this case, how you can tell what kind of trend you're in, if the market is below that 100 moving average, this is a downtrend creating selling structure. So in these scenarios, you only want to be looking for sell trades, but if price is above the 100 moving average, this is a buyer's market, so we're only looking for buy trades. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules of the strategy. Very simple and straightforward. Like I said, it's one that we've talked about many times over. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like trading off of 30-second time frames or 1-minute time frames targeting those small expirations. This is a great strategy that helps you leverage smaller time frames, but also targeting those higher 3-minute expirations to give your trades enough time to potentially reach your predicted directions. So if this is a strategy you want to try to test out and incorporate into your trading, remember to backtest on a demo account. Again, we have links to free $50,000 demo accounts which you could use anytime. One final variable, as I say in a lot of my videos, make sure that with any strategy you use, you incorporate other market confluences in addition to the indicators you're using. Pay attention to the structure, the price action. Prime example, here we have a scenario where price tested this level of support, which created an engulfing green candle indicating bullish momentum and a close above this minor level of resistance. So when we combine that with the buy signals from the moving average and our MACD, all the more reason why we entered for a buy, which as you can see, closed in profit. By doing this, it can help you filter out false signals, which can be created by indicators. So do not neglect those market variables, which will make a massive difference in your trade. This is one of the many things that I teach our students within our mentorship, empowering you with the knowledge to navigate these markets from a technical and a fundamental aspect so you can use any strategy to your advantage. If you want to learn more about our training course, you can click the link down below in the video description or visit our website anytime. And don't forget to check out our free binary training, which is also available down below.
All right, traders, that concludes our video for today. Hope you gained some value. Again, if you have any questions, reach out anytime. Don't forget to check out our trading resources down below in the video description. If you want to watch any of our recent uploads, you can check out these recommendations. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.